Well, hello, welcome again to a reading through selections from Plato's Symposium. And I started this in the previous video, and we got up to the beginning of section 173. So he begins protu de peritrekon hope to koimi kai oi omenos typoien athleoteros e hotuun uk heton e sun nuni oiomenos dein panta malon praten e philosophein. So proto here is previously, I think, adverbial here. So previously, peritrekon, running around, hope, to wherever I might chance. So running around wherever I happen to be, and oiomenos, thinking, typoien, that I was doing something. Now that's the first person imperfect from Amy. Athleoteros, so I was more wretched, hotiun, than anyone whatsoever. This is from this hotis and un together, so than anyone whatsoever. Uk hetin a nun sununi, no less than you are now. So he's being rather sarcastic to his friend. Oiomenos, thinking that there is need, it's an infinitive from day, that there is need to do all things than malon a, rather than to practice philosophy. So in previous times, that is before he met Socrates, he means, so before that, I was running around wherever I happened to be and thinking I was doing something, but I was more wretched than anyone whatsoever, no less than you are now, thinking that one ought to do anything rather than engage in philosophy. Kai hos me scoped fa, and he, fa, said. Now we get may plus an imperative here. This is from scopto, to make a joke. So don't make fun of me. Don't make a joke. Don't laugh at me. Al epemoi potiageneto he sunusia aute. So haute, it's hard to see with the breathings here. But tell me, when this gathering, this party, this sonusia, took place, and it's haute, so when this gathering took place. Cargo apon hotipaidon onton he moneti, hoti te prote tragoidia, ekinesen agathon. So I'll just do up to there. Cargo for Kaigo again, and I said that, and then we get direct speech. So we're going to have genitive absolute here. So us being still children. So we were still children when Agathon Enikaisen from Nikao conquered with his first tragedy. So of course the performance of tragic plays, as with comic plays, was a competition, and Agathon wins, so he comes first with his first tragedy. So we were still children then when Agathon won with his first tragedy. Te husteria a he ta epinikia ethuen autos te kai hoi karutai. So on the following day, then on the one in which, so on the day after, the day in which he himself and his korutai, his choral dancers, were sacrificing, imperfect, ta epinikia. These are the victory celebrations. So having won the first prize, he decides to have a celebration, have a big party, and they make a sacrifice to the gods in thanksgiving. So on the day after, the one on which, so it's then the one in which, he himself and his choral dancers were sacrificing the victory celebrations. So in other words, it was on the day when this happened. Panu Efe ara palai. So Panu means very much or very. Palai, long ago, and the ara is sort of like then. So then it was very long ago, he said, hos oiken. So thus it seems to have been very long ago, he said. Alatis soi di egeto e autos Socrates, and who related it to you? Was it Socrates himself? So the A introduces a question here. Was it Socrates himself? Umad ton dia no by Zeus. And there's that ain dego again, this ain from this old verb aimi. So thus I said. It's not was, but I said. So not no by Zeus, said I, but Hosper, the very one who. Now we've got to understand this related verb here from the diegeto, the very one who related it to Phoenix. Aristodemus aintis, there was a certain guy, Aristodemus, Kid Athenaius, he was from the deme of Kid Athenaeum. So he was from that particular deme. In Athens, there's still a street called Kid Athenaeum Street, which you can go along. This refers to a deme, I think, here. Smikros, this is for Mikros, a small guy, and Upodetos, he always went around with no shoes on. So barefoot. So he had nothing nothing tied underneath. So, in other words, word for barefoot. He was always barefoot. Paragegone de en te sunisia, Socratus Erastes own, entois malis de ton toti, hos emoi doce. He was present at the gathering, at the party. Now, as it seems to me, he was an Erastes, a lover of Socrates. This is genitive here, of course. So being a lover of Socrates, now, literally, among those, understand, who were most of the ones at that time. So, he was a lover of Socrates among those who were very much perhaps devoted to Socrates at that time, so it seems to me. Some people have taken this Erastes in a looser meaning. It does mean lover. Others try and regard it as sort of close friend, perhaps. But the word is Erastes, a lover. So being a lover of Socrates, among those especially of the people at that time. So it seems to me. It's a literal translation. Umentoi alla kai Socratike enia ade suneramen hone ekenu ekusa kai moi homologe kathape ekenos di egeto. Now the umentoi alla is idiomatic here. It means something like but of course. It's sort of mind you, but of course, So not however, it's literally not however but. So it's something like, but of course, also, un-eraman, this is from ana plus the era root here, the eremai, and the a-day is then, at that time. So, but of course also at that time, I made inquiry, I asked Socrates, in fact, I asked about Ennia several things, several of the things which I heard ekenu from that man. So the grammar's a little bit funny here. So umentoi Allah, something like, but mind you, I also made inquiry at that time, in fact, or I asked Socrates, in fact, at that time, regarding certain things, certain of the things which I heard from that man, kai moi homologe, and he was agreeing, kathaper, according as this one related it. So he was in an agreement that it happened understood just as this man related it. Tiun fa u di egeso moi. Why therefore, he said, now this is di hegetomai, this is the second person future. So why will you not tell me about it? Why will you not relate it to me? Pantos de hehodos he es astu epiteidea paromenois kai legain kai akuein. He says, so pantos, literally in every way, the road, the one leading into to the city, is epiteidea, is useful for those going both to speak and to hear. So we could say, in every respect, this road is suited for those who are going on it, both to speak and to hear. So he's asking him to relate to him the story as they're going up from Phaleron to the city of Athens. Uto de iontes hamatus logos periauton epoi umatha. And thus, in fact, going, so as we were going, at the same time, literally, we made for ourselves words regarding them, regarding these things. Hosti, so that hope arkomenos apon, uk meletos echo. So that, and then parenthetically, the very thing which I said at the beginning, so making a beginning I said, so the very thing which I said at the beginning, uk amaletetos echo. Now this is echo plus an adverb, so it's the same as Amy. So literally, I am not without experience, and so we put it in English, I am well versed. Un day kai humin diagesastai tauta cre poien. If therefore it is necessary also, understand, for me to relate everything humin to you, it is necessary then to do these things. Then I'll have to do it. Kaiga egoge de kai humin diagesastai. Sorry, I've done that one. Kaiga egoge kai alos hotan mentinas philosophias logus autos poiumai alon kuo choris tu oiestai ophelestai hupefuos hos cairo. For this is ego plus ge. I, in fact, also. Now the kai allos are in any case. So for in any case, I, whenever I whenever certain people, whenever either I myself make certain words or certain stories regarding philosophy, so he said, or I hear from others, choris to oiesthai, apart from thinking of, we get choris plus the genitive plus the infinitive. So apart from thinking that, o philesthai, that I am receiving gain, that I am being assisted, it's literally how extraordinarily I rejoice. So this is a tricky little bit. Let me go through that bit again. So for I, in fact, kai allos, in any case, whenever I literally make words, so whenever I discuss anything, whenever either I myself discuss anything regarding philosophy, or literally I make any words regarding philosophy, or I hear them from others, apart from thinking of the gain, apart from thinking that I am gaining something, I become extraordinarily happy. Literally, how hyperphues, how extraordinarily I rejoice. So I become extraordinarily happy. Hotan de alus tinas, allos te kai tus humeterus, tus ton plusion kai crematistikon, autos te akthomai humas tetus hetirus elio. Hoti oies the tipoien uden poi untes. Now he's becoming rather sarcastic towards his friend at this point. But whenever certain other ones, or perhaps certain other words, so I think the alus is going with the logos here. So whenever certain other talk, allos to kai is an idiom, especially. That's very common Attic and Greek idiom, allos to kai. So especially tus humeterus, especially your lot, the ones belonging to the wealthy. So we get a partitive genitive here, I think. Those that belong to the wealthy, and the those who are the making of money. The tus is going with the alus, and that's going with the logos, I think, here. So whenever I hear other accounts, other words, and especially your words, the ones of the plusion, those of the wealthy, and of the making of money, autos te akthomai, I am become angry, and now elio from eleleo, I pity you and your comrades, because oies thy tipoien, you think you are doing something, when in fact uden poiuntes, when in fact you're doing nothing. Kai issos au humes eme heges the kakadaimona enai. Kai oiamai humas aleithai oiesthai. Ego mentoi humas uk oiamai al u oida. He's being very sarcastic at this point. And perhaps, moreover, you regard me to be kakadaimona, a kakadaimon. Well, it's hard to translate this into English. It's often rendered as ill-starred or unlucky or hapless. It literally means you are possessed by a bad daimon. The ancients had this sense or this belief that when you are born, you have a physical body and you also have this daimon attached to you, which either brings you good luck or bad luck. Socrates himself used to say that he constantly spoke with his daimon, who gave him advice. So kakadaimon means you've got a bad daimon, that is, you're ill-starred or you're unlucky. So perhaps moreover you regard me to be ill-starred, kai oiamai humas aleithai oiesti, and I think you to think correctly. So I think what you think is right. Ego mentoi, I, however, humas uk oiamai, so in other words, I do not think you understand to be ill-starred. I don't think it. Al you oida, but I know it well. So lovely, clever juxtaposition between oiamai, I think, and oida, I know. That is, I think it was used by the French Prime Minister not that long ago in relation to the Australian Prime Minister, when he was asked, do you think the man is a liar? And he says, I don't think, I know. Well, he must have read his Plato, presumably, because we get the same expression here. And that's the next little instalment of the Symposium.